What's up, guys? LQ here with the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, comic books, video games, TV shows. Talk about it all here. And yeah, right now I want to talk about Expedition X, Season 7, Episode 1. Expedition X is back. I love Expedition X, love Expedition Unknown. I think they're both great shows. I'm a big Josh Gates fan, and I've even seen him live in person. And so I was obviously very excited when this show came back. This episode, they're going back to Transylvania. And if you remember back to Destination Truth, there was the scene where Evan literally gets swept off of his feet by something. It was literally one of the craziest moments in Destination Truth. It might have been the craziest moment of Destination Truth. That or the Great Wall of China. Both very crazy moments. And to go back there, back to this forest in Romania, into this rotunda right there in Transylvania that's supposed to be very haunted. It was very cool to be back. They brought a little more technology this time, and they were able to do some ground penetrating technology. Guys, that is almost certainly a gravesite there. It's got to be, right? Uniform cavities in the ground that follow a very uniform pattern. It's got to be grave sites. And that is so cool to think that there's this ancient grave site that's lost to history in this area that vegetation really doesn't grow. That's supposed to be the epicenter for this haunted activity. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. It tells a very good story. And for me, the best episodes of Expedition X and Expedition Unknown are the episodes that tell a really great, really compelling story. You can believe that this area is haunted. You cannot believe that this area is haunted. I don't really care either way what the belief is. But what's undeniable is that this is a great story and that there's weird things happening that add to that story. So that's what makes great episodes of Expedition X and Expedition Unknown. So it was cool being back. Their isolation sessions were both really cool, especially Jessica's isolation session. Clearly she was afraid of something. Clearly we saw figures walking in the background. What were they? I don't know. But it was really cool. It was really creepy. And I wish that they would have spent more than one episode. I wish this would have been a two-parter, because I think there's a lot deeper dive that could be done in this area. Now, obviously, maybe there's legal issues. They're not allowed to dig. They're not allowed to really penetrate the ground physically, whatever. But I still think that there was more exploration that could have been done there, and this could have been a two-parter. Because sometimes with really cool areas, they will do two-parters, especially in Expedition Unknown. And this would have been, for me, this would have been a story that would have merited two parts. But it was still cool. This was a great first episode of this season, and I'm hoping that the rest of the season carries this kind of momentum, where not just exploring creepy sites and getting evidence, because the evidence is secondary, right? The evidence, they've never really found anything that says this is definitely exists. This thing that we're investigating definitely exists. But what they do is they tell really cool stories and really compelling stories, diving into history, diving into mythology, and trying to get to the root of what people believe and why they believe it. And maybe there is something supernatural out there, maybe not, but the story was cool, and that's what I want to see more of in this season. So first episode of season 7 was great. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. But what did you think of season 7, episode 1 of Expedition X? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation about it. Did you think do you think this place is haunted? Or do you think there's a natural explanation for it? Let's talk. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to my channel, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.